Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Okay, so today's video, we are going to check out a band that's been around, or was around on the Hertfordshire scene, and was a Club 85 favourite back in the day when I used to play there, which would have been at least 10 years ago. So they unfortunately are no longer with us as far as bands. They are still alive. They haven't passed away. They're just not as a band. Okay, before everyone goes, oh my god. So
they didn't die in a bus crash in Sweden. They're fine.
They're knocking around somewhere, but it's interesting if you ask a lot of the guys from the Club 85 scene back in 2005, 2008 era about this particular band. They're pretty well known, so I thought it'd be only prudent that since our affiliation with the Club 85 that we go and check out another one of the local legends, as they say.
Okay,
so let's go check them out.
Ooh, pinch up on it. Rock and roll solo. You don't hear many of those.
Okay, there we go. So that was band is Scar My Eyes.
What are they called?
Scar My Eyes, and the song was Hope in Silence, which I think was the only music video they ever did. I believe it's all self-produced, or I hope this is a self-produced as far as going into the studio like bands are. Because me personally, going into this, listening to that now, one, I had to put an extra 10% volume on the actual player compared to any of the other videos we've reacted to. So the audio is much lower in this particular recording. It's a very clean recording, which meant I didn't feel any of the weight of the song. It just felt too neat and too clean. Even though you've got like guitar riffs going on, I felt the riffs were they just weren't there enough for me. There wasn't any heaviness to the actual track, even though you could see it's meant to be a heavy track. I just felt there was just no saturation and we talked about sometimes bands oversaturate. This felt like they've absolutely pulled everything too far back now. That was just my kind of hearing it. I'd love to hear this song remixed and gone in with a new production on it, because I think the song's there. I just think the production of it felt, maybe this was this late, like 2000, it's somewhere between like 2005 2010 era, and you can hear that from the song. It sounds like a 2005 2010, was it metalcore era sort of track, but I think the production's not great on it. They've missed a trick. They haven't spent enough time to kind of get that epic sound. That's just my first song to listen to, because I haven't actually listened to this song in a very, very long time, apart from when we played it. They played it live when we played with them. But Kirk, what's your thoughts?
I liked that, and the production to me is what I want to hear. Very dry production. There's no reverb on any of the instruments. You are right, it could be heavier, but they would have to use studio wizardry to get that. And I think they're trying to just capture that raw sound of four people together in a room. The other thing I liked about that, metalcore, if that was between 2005 and 10, we hear a lot of hardcore in that music. And I'm critical of modern mainstream metalcore because they are just fucking boy bands and breakdowns, a lot of them, aren't they? Yeah. That, they clearly have done their homework and they listen to hardcore. You can tell that straight away. Excellent musicianship. Guitar solos, a bit surprised by the rock and roll accent that he did at the beginning, and then he went into full-on shredding, didn't he? Yeah, I actually wouldn't criticize the production, Dave. I like that dry sound. They could easily have made that sound a million times heavier, and they'd never be able to replicate that live. So I think that did capture a lot of that spirit of hardcore in there, and the clean vocals were excellent.
I liked his clean vocals.
Yeah, I'm not getting any vibes of that really annoying teenage angst, whiny American mall pop shit in there. Impressive. You can tell that they were obviously listening to that band Poison the Well. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
I think they're the main influence on them. I wouldn't be surprised if they were big fans of At the Drive-In and some of that post-hardcore, and even when I say the word, I'm not talking about My Chemical Romance, even emo in its original guise, which is a serious genre of music that's obviously been, shall we say, besmirched by popular culture, hasn't it? And that's such a dirty word now. But they, I wasn't living in the southeast of England at the time, but if they were playing now, or if they entered metal to the masses, they'd probably get my vote. I was impressed with it. I didn't recognize any of the musicians, by the way.
No. I mean, I liked when we said about the clean vocals with that line where he goes, "Please don't cry." The fact that he did that very cleanly from one note to the next, there was no kind of wobble. There was a great transition, and that's not always that easy to do. So I don't know how long that was spent in the studio, making sure they can go, "Please don't cry," and hitting that note without wobble.
He's modulated. I think that's the definition of a half step uplift. I think is the.
And he's got to follow what's going on guitar wise, and vocalists, and a lot of the time they get there, and what they actually do is go slightly past the right note and have to bring themselves back down. So I was quite impressed with that. But Andy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I really liked it. Not a band I've heard of, to be honest. I was going to see if you was going to ask us to guess before you said, but I've not heard of Scar My Eyes. I was looking closely at the video, trying to recognise anybody. I don't think I did. The video itself, I like that style. I think that is a really good video. I would like to do a video like that. You got the close-ups, you got like the out-of-focus shots. You know, they're all in a sort of circle, playing to each other. I thought it was a really good visual video. I didn't like the clean vocals. we've discussed earlier about metalcore sometimes bringing in the clean vocals, be it another member of the band or the main vocalist sort of adapting his style. I could have done without that today. I mean, not taking away from what he can do, but I just would have preferred if he didn't do that. I mean, there was one particular, probably just one word where he went really low. He's singing in his usual style, and there's one note that he goes, one word that he goes really low. And I thought, I want to hear more of that. Let's hope he replicates that later in the song, but he didn't. But yeah, catchy song. I noted down that it was good sound, but then I was thinking maybe you're right, Dave. Maybe it is too clean, and they could have made it heavier. But then I agreed with you, Kurt, that maybe that's what they were trying to capture. I think I probably would have left the sound as it was, because I really enjoyed that track, and I'll see if I can find more. And I'd enjoy them if I saw them perform now.
Well, there we go. That was Scale My Highest. We want them to reform and come back to Club 85 and do at least one headlining show. That's what they basically did. There was this joke like we have with Derailus, that they come back and do one show a year. And Scar My Eyes did for about 5 years. They were like, yeah, it's that time of year again. We're back. And they would play a headline show. We were lucky enough to open or be main support with them 2 or 3 times. So it was they were a great bunch of guys and great intensity out the front, great stage performance when they played. And it's a shame. I don't know what the situation was. I think some of the guys were still doing university, and so it just wasn't able to sustain. But I know that they're still around, so if we can get Scale My Eyes to come back and do a one-off show, we would greatly appreciate it.
And the thing is with them though, they you do wonder they might not even listen to this type of music now. If you're saying that's 2005.
Yeah, the last time they played was 2013 was the last time they actually played.
So that's nearly 10 years ago. They probably don't even, probably not listen to that. Do you know what it reminded me of? The chorus, Funeral for a Friend. Do you remember that?
Could be, yeah. Definitely elements. Anyway, that was Got My Eyes and Hope in Silence. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the video sometime soon. Take care.